Hey yo Go players, Skilled Brown Magician here, and I'm going to be showcasing another deck profile. But this one's a little special because it's going to be the first video in a new series that I'm going to be starting on my channel. And it's going to be the sub-recommended series, and it's going to be based on comments that my subscribers leave. Um, and I will build a deck based around cards that they recommend. Maybe it's a certain archetype that they recommend. Maybe it's an attribute. Maybe it's even just a type. Maybe it's just a crazy idea that they've had and they want to see where I can take it. So this is going to be based around all of my subscribers and whatever they want. And this one's based off of my subscriber Bryce. He commented on my first video, and he's the one that inspired this series. And he said he was building a Dark Paladin deck, so here's my take on it. All right, imagine this. You lose RPS, so you're going second, and your opponent T-sets one monster, one back row, pass turn to you. You open Giant Trunade, you drop Giant Trunade, and this is your opening board. You open with double Master of Oz, Dark Paladin, Buster Blader, or maybe double Master of Oz, double twin-headed Thunder Dragon, maybe this combination, maybe that, maybe this, or maybe just triple Master of Oz. This is kind of the craziness that this deck can actually do. So let me show you the profile and how you can do this on turn two. On turn two, after they T-set, right? And if you open Giant Trunade, that's game. So this is the deck profile, and first off, I need to give a huge shout out to Scully. This is actually pretty much entirely based on his build. He showcased it on goatformat.com's Discord, and that's where I saw it, and I took his build, and this is my Paladin, my Dark Paladin variation of the deck, and I shot him a message and I showed him the deck profile and I asked him if I could do it, and he said, yeah, sure, dude, do whatever you want. But I still wanted to give shout outs to him, and he said that he got his inspiration for Rescue Cat from the Nano. So I guess shout outs to him as well for inspiring all of this. So let's get into the actual deck profile and I will explain to you how it works. So the MVP of the deck, it has to be Rescue Cat. The rest of the deck, it pretty much operates like a normal Fusion Gate turbo deck, right? But Rescue Cat is what really gets this deck to pop off. So Rescue Cat, you send it to the grave, you special summon 2 level 3 or lower beasts from your deck. These are your targets. Disgusting in this build. This engine with Rescue Cat, these mystical sheep, because they can substitute for any fusion material monster, any one. When you do this, the other one just has to be the correct one, right? Typical. But Rescue Cat gets you 2 of these onto field. And obviously when you're doing the Rescue Cat combo, you run Last Will. So Rescue Cat can get you 2 fusion materials, right? And can get you Des Kangaroo. Or if you want to be more utility or be more aggro, well, not even necessarily be more aggro, definitely be more utility, you can go for Cyberstein. But if you go Des Kangaroo, you already have access to Master of Oz because you have these 2 combined to make Master of Oz. If you have Buster Blader in hand, you can make Dark Paladin. And Dark Paladin, by the way, when a spell card is activated, quick effect, discard 1 card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. It just has to be face up on the field to activate into resolve, and he gains 500 attack for each dragon monster on the field and in the grave. So what's crazy is you bring out Dark Paladin, you have Master of Oz out, no more scapegoats. You're not worrying about scapegoats anymore. And this is turn 2. Did they really set Mirror Force? Right, so you're already building this crazy board. If you have Thunder Dragon in hand, which, is likely, and chances are you'll probably have 2 Thunder Dragons in hand, so you'll be able to make use of the Mystical Sheep for sure. Basically, Rescue Cat gets you 2 fusions, and if you have any combination of Buster Blader, Thunder Dragon, or Des Kangaroo in hand or on field, you're popping off that turn. What makes this so ridiculous? Dimension Fusion, you bring back 2 materials, you banish them again because of Fusion Gate, and then you bring out another copy of either, what do you want, Master of Oz? Do you want another Dark Paladin so you can put in an attack and leave 1 in defense? Because when you when you fusion summon, you can do in attack or defense. You can turbo out twin-headed Thunder Dragons because you're going to have the materials in hand. Or if you last will into Cyberstein, you can go into your utility package. You can go into Gatling if they already had a scapegoat up or they have a lot of monsters. You can go into Ryu Senshi to get that Mirror Force and Torrential protection, or just any trap protection, as long as you have the life points. Dark Blade, obviously, for Chaos. Reaper on the Nightmare, you can do some cheeky stuff with him, attack through, make him get rid of a card. Obviously, Balter, stop regular spells, and then Fiend Skull, right? You can negate any flip effect monsters, and you negate any traps that target him. So this deck, because of Rescue Cat and Mystical Sheep and Last Will, it allows you to turbo into 2 fusion materials and either Des Kangaroo or a utility option, the cost of 5,000 life points, but it's worth it because you're going for the OTK. So you get whatever you need. And then if you have any combination of Thunder Dragon or Buster Blader in hand, you're going even harder. That's why in the last slide you saw all of the crazy opening boards you can get. So let me explain some of my other card choices. I cut down the Monster Gate to 2 because I saw that a lot of times I didn't really want to Monster Gate anything. I only had good monsters on board. So I cut it down to 2. There are situations where you want to Monster Gate something off just so you can hopefully get into your Rescue Cat play or into a Buster Blader or even just a Thunder Dragon or maybe Cyberstein depending on the game state. So something too that I changed is I really like this idea of terraforming an Emblem of Dragon Destroyer, which searches your Buster Blader from your deck or graveyard to your hand, and reload. Because basically, if you ever have reload in hand and you have like Fusion Gate, a terraforming in hand, and this in hand, basically you thin your deck of the searchers. You go into the cards, the actual cards, into another Fusion Gate and another Buster Blader, and you get those to hand. Then when you reload, you've thinned your deck of searchers, and now your deck's thinner, and you're hopefully going to have a higher probability of getting the pieces that you need, that you're missing for your combo. And reload, seriously, reload is what opens this deck up because it allows you to reroll for those last combo pieces that you need, right? So you can, set your last will, you can set all your spells, and then if you need to, you can rescue your Rescue Cat and go into that play. Then whatever you have remaining in hand, you reload it for whatever your last piece you're missing. Maybe you're trying to just draw into that Buster Blader, or maybe you're just trying to get into that Premature so you can bring something back and extend your play even further to swing for game. So this deck, it's really versatile and it's actually really consistent. It's not like those other Dimension Fusion where you're kind of sitting around and you're just like, well, okay. I think it's pretty capable. It feels fairly consistent, and when you pull the combo off, no one sees it coming. And I mean, there's something to be said about pulling triple Master of Oz on turn 2 after Giant Trinating your opponent and they only have 1 set monster. There's something really satisfying about that. Triple Master of Oz. And I mean, that's like not even optimal because you can put so many attackers on board with this deck. This deck is so fun to play. I've been play testing it a lot. I've been blowing people up on Dueling Book. It's ridiculous. It's pretty consistent. I did maybe a dozen opening hands in a row, and at least 50% of them had a fairly sizable board. This isn't a deck that I'm just I play tested 2 times and here you go. I've been working on this one for a while. I've been play testing it for a bit. This is probably my like fourth or fifth iteration of this build because I've been really particular. I didn't run Cyberstein in the beginning, but the utility was too useful, so I cut a Des Kangaroo, even though I love Des Kangaroo because the Master of Oz just completes the OTK, right? So I was tinkering around with this for a while, and this is the ratio that I came up with, and I'm really happy with it. I'd love for you guys to try it out, and I'd also love for you guys to leave some comments in the uh, comments below. That was redundant, but leave me a comment. And if you're a sub, I will take a look at what your comment is, and if it's something that uh, gets my gets me thinking, I might build it. I have so many decks that I still want to release to you guys, and oh man, I'm so hesitant to reveal it. But I've been working on this Horus build since like before the beginning of the year, and I think I just figured it out today. But that's on the way. I have a ton of other decks that I want to showcase, and I would love to still build more based on your guys' comments. So let me know if you guys have anything that you want me to build, and leave a comment about it. Leave a like. Pretty much every comment I'm going to respond to because I love GOAT format so much, and I'm ranting. So I'm going to cut it short here and probably not cut it too short because it's probably long. I don't know what the time is, but thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Take care.